What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. Guys, man, I got a crazy story out of a place called Mt. Pleasant, Wisconsin. Shout out Mt. Pleasant, in which a funeral was in the midst of going on, and emotions spilled over into an all-out brawl. He said up to 15 or 20 people were involved in the fight, according to the funeral director. And it had somebody even brandishing a firearm in a place where people are paying their last respects. And people are buck wild, man. I mean, funerals has always been a place of sorrow and, emotions being spilled over, man. But, man, it's getting to the point now where we doing stuff that can result in death while celebrating the life of somebody who's just died. Take a look at this and we'll come back and talk about it.
Top story tonight, chaos during a funeral service. Police from 7 departments called in after they say a large fight broke out. It happened at Drager Langendorf Funeral Home in Mount Pleasant. 12 News reporter Emily Polfall shares what went on inside.
It's going to be 4600 County Line Road, the Drager Funeral Home. Apparently there are 150 people fighting, swinging chairs inside.
Drager Langendorf's funeral director, who did not want to go on camera, says in the middle of a highly emotional service, tensions boiled over and a massive fight broke out. 7 different agencies responding to this call for help at about 11:30 Saturday.
Copy, be advised, there is also mention of a party brandishing a .32.
The funeral director says he saw 15 to 20 people fighting and one man wave a gun in the air.
And you pointed it towards the ceiling. This is advised by the funeral director.
First responders get on scene and call for backup.
Send whatever you can. I'm stepping out now. There's a ton of people. We need more squads here. Look at every squad we have available. We have about 50 people here.
Mount Pleasant police say officers arrested the man with the gun and 4 other people involved in the fight. MPPD says one man went to the hospital for a, quote, medical emergency, but officials didn't say if it was for an injury sustained during the brawl. The funeral director says that there wasn't any property damage inside the building because of the fight. In Mount Pleasant, Emily Pofall, WISN 12 News.
All right, guys, that's the news. And it says several agencies responded, including Racine County Sheriff's Office, the City of Racine Police Department, the Kenosha County Sheriff Department, the Kenosha Police Department, the Caledonia Police Department, and South Shore Fire Department. It was bedlam out there. And it's no motive of why this happened, but somebody pulled the gun out during the situation. 5 people were arrested. And out of all them people fighting, for them to call all of them units and stuff like that, it had to be hell out there. I know the funeral director was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, things like this spark off at places where, emotions are high. It don't just have to be at a funeral. It can be at other places too. But it's sad to me. It's a lot of times it's the lack of self-control when people are upset that puts them in situations like this. They're lucky nobody died. And it's sad that, somebody's ceremony of them paying respects or people paying respects has to turn to something like that. I think that's appalling. As far as the rest of this whole thing is concerned, only 5 people got arrested. We got to do better out here. I mean, funerals have always been this thing. I mean, I've been to a lot, I'm going to say millions. I've been to a lot of funerals. And usually, there are people at funerals that, act a certain way. And, who are you to say something about how somebody mourns somebody that they lost and loved? But I mean, doing it like this, it's like, in all honesty, no matter what, it's like one of the highest forms of disrespect in the celebration of one's life. That's just in my opinion. What you guys think, man? Leave me a comment in the comment section. about, how you see this. I mean, I think honestly, it's embarrassing. Now, they said they were throwing chairs and everything else. I mean, people act the fool, but they said ultimately, after all of this stuff was over with, the funeral director said there was no real damage done to the funeral home, which was a good thing. But I mean, I wonder if they kept the service going, or like, did they stop the service due to the situation of it being what it was? Either way, man, I wish, stories like this wouldn't even come to the surface, because now you got a whole bunch of people, police officers and all this stuff responding for something that already in itself is sad. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's like now, even at a funeral, man, when you're telling somebody rest in peace, can't even get no peace and even putting the person into the ground or the process of doing that. That's what's sad about it. Oh yeah, and one more thing. It's a damn shame to me now how easy it is to just put your hands on somebody when you feel as though you're emotionally charged up. It's like nobody nowadays has any type of control over their self, especially when they're emotionally stricken. Nobody knows what this fight was about. And in no way, shape, or form am I attacking anybody for going through, because a funeral is a very touchy thing. But I mean, come on, where's your sense of self-reserve or self-respect or just respect, period, for the dead? I don't understand how this got to the point where it just got so out of control that all of these different police officers from different police departments had to come en masse to stop people from trying to kill each other at a place where, a place of sadness. That's just something I figured I'd add to this video, man. It's just heartbreaking now that everything got to come to blows. Nobody has no self-reserve no more. Can't control themselves. And now this stuff right here, this person's the tribute of paying respect to this person's life will always be smeared by this negative press that, ensued with this. In addition to something negative that happened at the funeral, last time this person's children and loved ones got a chance to say goodbye to him. Does that make sense to you guys or not? I mean, I would be pissed if that was my family member and people came and did that, regardless if they was my kin or not. In no way, shape, or form should that level of disrespect be tolerated to the level and then put out there to where it became physical and publicized to the nation in a negative light. That showed that the deceased no respect. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.